everybody, and welcome to another fun-filled and exciting episode of Andrew Rants, the video series where I stand upon my metaphorical soapbox pedestal of the world, and I bitch and complain about everything that annoys the goddamn ever-loving crap out of me. And makes me wonder why it exists. And today, this is going to be painful for me. Today, I am ranting about SpongeBob. Now, I know you ask out there, how is this going to be painful for you, Andrew? You hate SpongeBob with a passion. True, very true. I can't stand that little yellow annoying bastard. But it's going to be annoying for me because I know I'm going to get a ton of shit about this. But I am ranting about the SpongeBob Musical. So, let's dive into this one. So, apparently, the incredible amount of stuff that's coming out SpongeBob related isn't enough for us. The movies aren't enough. And a musical was produced. A Broadway musical, mind you, I'm assuming, but a musical nonetheless, with actual actors and human beings portraying the characters of SpongeBob. And apparently this was Stephen Hillenburg approved, and I don't care. Look, I don't care if he sewed the costumes his goddamn self prior to his death. As far as I'm concerned, this thing is so wrong on every grandiose scale that it makes me cringe at the thought of it. And I've seen it. Granted, I didn't watch it on Nickelodeon. However, someone was very kind to put it up on YouTube, and some reason YouTube decided, hey, Andrew, we think you should watch this. YouTube, you and I are going to be having a little talk in another video, but don't worry, that one's coming. Yeah, no, let's really, yeah, this is just painful. So, the SpongeBob Musical is, God, what's a good way for saying crap? Yeah, screw it, it's crap. Look, I don't like it. Tap Dancing Squidward, you got Mr. Krabs, you have the entire cavalcade of characters. I could not follow the plot of it. I couldn't understand why it was so good. And people are trying to figure out why everybody hates this so bad. I'm trying to figure out why you people like it so much. Let me go to the other side of that spectrum. Why the hell do you like this? No. Let me go one step further. How? How in the hell do you like this? Look, I get it, okay? Not everybody's going to like the same thing. To each their own. Whatever floats our boat is what we like and don't like, and we'll defend it to the day we die. For people that constantly say that they've ruined my childhood by remaking or rebooting something from when I was a kid, that's because to those of us that watched it as a kid, that was our happy place, our comfort zone. We grew up watching it. It was we learned as the show went on. We devoted ourselves to it. We were massive fans of it. And then it basically becomes, oh, yeah, you shouldn't be fans of this. This is bad. And we'll tell you why after this. No, it's horrible. So, the SpongeBob Musical. First off, SpongeBob needs to just go away. It needs to be Thanos snapped out of existence. Please, Nickelodeon, put this cow out of its misery. Take Old Yeller behind the barn and take care of it like they did in the book. For God's sake, please end this. And yes, I have read Old Yeller. It's not one of my favorite books, but I have read it. Then again, it's not as bad as Tuck Everlasting, but let me go this way. I'd rather have Immortal Family over screwed up frickin'. What the hell did she give the immortal water to the frog? Did nobody teach that bitch the circle of life? That's a video in itself. That's a video in itself. Getting ahead of myself. SpongeBob Musical. I hate it. This is going to be a quickie. It's short, sweet, to the point. I hate it. Look, I'm not a huge fan of SpongeBob to begin with. I don't need the visual aspect of a person, a grown man, mind you, acting like SpongeBob. If I wanted to see that, I would go to a kindergartner class where the teacher's probably acting like they're really insane. Or I would go hang out at a mall at like 8 o'clock at night where you have the hipster teenagers. I think they know everything. Acting like idiots. I would do that. No, this is basically I'm assuming grown man, mind you, acting like a child. Is your name Ed Grimley? No? Then knock it off. Look, I get it. It's a role. You're pretending, but still, there's 3 things that make something good. And first off, this is a musical, so it's already got 1 foot in the grave for me. But basically, if I can't become invested in the characters, if I can't become invested in your plot within a span of 5 to 10 minutes, just shut the hell up and stop trying at that point, because I'm not interested then. But of course, keep going and going and going and going and going. This thing's like over an hour and a half long. Oh, come see the musical spectacle of the century. It's the Spongebob Musical live on Nickelodeon. Who cares? Look, this is by far the worst thing that I have ever seen SpongeBob related, okay? I get that people like this. Fine, whatever floats your boat at night, whatever makes you happy, whatever gets you your chubby and your rocks off, be my guest, whatever makes you happy. For me, it's disturbing. It's nightmare fuel. It's basically unwatchable. You are literally watching this and you're thinking to yourself, why are they acting like this? What purpose does this serve for how they are behaving? And then you realize that these are grown adults acting like children. I shit you not. So, of course, this brings a tremendous amount of questions into play here. The first and foremost being, what in the hell, going all the way to why in the hell, and everything in between. But still, it's, oh God. I can't even put it into words. The visuals are disturbing. You want me to suspend my disbelief? I'm more than willing to try, but not with this. This is, look, I know somebody's going to say it in the comments section, because I know my videos still have comments, because I'm going to say the following to make sure it does. SpongeBob fucking sucks, okay? There. SpongeBob effing sucks. Alright? I've said it. It needs to go away. And I know somebody's going to say this in the comment section. They're going to go, but Andrew, this was Hillenberg approved. He liked it. He was there at opening night. I don't care if he cleaned every seat with a toothbrush prior to opening night. I don't care if he sewed every costume. I don't care if he personally threw an entire party with his sweat and blood as their drinks afterwards. I could care less if he liked this thing. Look, there are some things in the world that people can tolerate. To a point, mind you, there are some stuff, but other people can tolerate it in general. For me, I have reached the threshold of what I am willing to take with SpongeBob. The series annoys the shit out of me. The characters annoy the crap out of me. The fact that it's getting a fucking spin-off annoys the shit out of me. Not one, though, mind you, but a second one, too, apparently, starring Squidward, and this one's gonna be a fucking musical. Why? And now you have the Spongebob Musical, on top of the 2 movies, the third one then that's coming out, that stupid Sponge, what the hell is this? He's gotta go find Gary, because Gary ran away? No shit, I'd run away, too. If I were your pet, I'd hightail it the fuck out of there, too. God! That's to be the whole plot of the movie? Just, look, SpongeBob was your cash cow, Nickelodeon. I get that. Your little yellow cow, okay? It just basically pissed money everywhere it went. You know, you milked that thing dry. I think it's time to take Betsy out back, right between the eyes, and let's have some goddamn hamburger here, okay? Look, I'm hungry for hamburger, and you got a cow over there that is just primed for the chopping block. Now let's get this bitch in the barn, let's get the cow taken care of, and let's go to town on some meat. And if you want, I'll get the people from Mr. Meaty to come over and grill that sumbitch. Let's do this thing. No, this is Nickelodeon attempting to continuously keep the money train rolling. You can only milk something for so long and go so far with it before it finally reaches the apex of what in the hell you could do with it. A prime example of this is you constantly pulling more stuff out of your ass. Let's look at Disney, for example. Disney milked the hell, mind you, out of a lot of its programming. Even Disney XD beat Phineas and Ferb over a head. Okay, it beat them over their heads just so that it would have programming. Cartoon Network, they're doing that now with Teen Titans Go. God, I wish that show would end. Nickelodeon, it's SpongeBob. There are other animated things in the world. I know you tried new stuff and it failed. Yes, Fanboy and Chum Chum is not everybody's favorite. Personally, I kind of liked it. It was stupid funny in a way. Figure it this way, two kids that are pretending to be something they're not. They're pretending to be superheroes while at the same time they're completely idiotic. It takes all the love and joy of certain shows and aspects and makes them better, in a way. SpongeBob is annoying as all hell, bothersome as all hell. It just... make it go away, okay? There is not a therapist in the world that can help me alleviate myself from this nightmare. Okay? There is a SpongeBob-shaped gremlin that follows me everywhere. And you want to know what it says? It doesn't pull like any super magical, scary words. It goes, I'm ready. No. No! SpongeBob needs to go away. It needs to die. It needs to just finally go out the pasture. It's time to put it out the stud. Let's get this thing done. If you really want to screw people over, why don't you just make that dream sequence where he married Sandy a reality and then just have everything go to hell in a handbasket, and then we can all finally say goodbye to SpongeBob. Please, please let us say goodbye to SpongeBob. I am on my hands and knees because this shit is now getting too far, okay? It's way too far now at this point. We have too much SpongeBob, too much SpongeBob. It's like the fucking Bee Gees. Okay? And don't even get me started on what you did with the Fairly Odd Parents, Nickelodeon. Alright, this is about SpongeBob and that stupid musical. Why make a musical? What's the point? How can you take something that's probably the script for a movie that you either couldn't get greenlit or thought, you know what we should do? We should put this to music, put it on Broadway, and make a fortune. It worked for the South Park guys. They make a fortune off of that musical that they did. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Get me the head of Broadway. Find me Andrew Lloyd Webber. Find me whoever can make this bitch a reality. Let's do this thing. I don't even know who made this. I don't even want to know who made this. But apparently it was Hillenburg approved, and he liked it and okayed it, and he was cool with it. Went to opening night before he died and everything else, and I don't care. Let me put it to you this way. There was a line in a show called The Commish years ago. Would be season 4, episode 2. Way up on Mount Palomar, there is a telescope that can see light years into the future, or light years into space, basically. And it cannot measure all of the fucks that I give. I am being serious. There is no scale on this planet that could measure all the fucks I give about SpongeBob and its musical. SpongeBob gets this. SpongeBob gets that. This is the new fucking Ernest of this generation. And for those of you that don't remember Ernest, let me bring you up to speed. It was everywhere. Ernest goes to jail. Ernest goes to school. Ernest goes camping. Ernest goes to the dentist. Ernest goes to the army. Ernest plays basketball. Ernest is the wolf man. There's like an Ernest movie for everything. I'm pretty sure there was probably Ernest goes to the toilet. Ernest goes shopping. Ernest goes to the IRS to find out that he overpaid on his taxes last year. Ernest goes to a strip club. Oh, I'm sorry, that was for the parents after the kids have gone to sleep or passed out from the stupidity of the so many fucking Ernest movies. Again, I am coming up with so many better rant videos for other things, and you know what? I'm just going to end this. What are your thoughts on the SpongeBob musical? Let me know in the comment section below, provided I still have one. And until next time, I'm Andrew Rhodes, and this has been Andrew Rants. Bye.